With a basin at his feet, 14-year-old Angelo Serubiri bends down, gripping a shirt between his toes and his only hand. This is how he washes his clothes, how he has learned to do everything with one arm and his feet. Yet, Serubiri was not born this way. He had both arms until the age of 7. On the morning of May 6, 2017, Serubiri was playing near his home in Kasenge Ward, Chengera Town Council. Heavy rainfall from the previous night had left the area waterlogged. A rotten wooden electricity pole, one the community had repeatedly complained about, had weakened over time. Without warning, it collapsed, bringing down live and protected electric wires where Serubiri and his friends were playing.
I was electrocuted and lost consciousness. Severely burned my arm and it just looked like charcoal.
When I saw him at the place where he was electrocuted, his body was covered in burns. There were sparks of fire falling onto his body. And honestly, I never thought he would survive.
Tears rolled down Serubiri's face. He struggles to talk about what happened. The pain is still raw despite the years that have passed. He spent over a month in the hospital. Doctors had no choice but to amputate his left arm. His head also suffered injuries and fixed through plastic surgery. Though he was eventually discharged, adjusting to his new reality was difficult.
At first, I rarely went outside unless my mother sent me on an errand. I stayed indoors most of the time. Eventually,
Serubiri has learned to do most of the things by himself, such as washing clothes, even riding a bicycle. The society has been unkind to him, especially at school, where he faces stigma. His peers call him names, treating him as if he were less a human. Though he claims to ignore their insults, the sadness in his voice betrays the truth. It hurts him.
At school, some children call me all sorts of names, but I don't mind them. I usually tell them they can say whatever they want.
At school, he faces discrimination and body shaming. He doesn't even like going sometimes because he's scared. Apart from us, his parents, there is no one else to help him.
If it wasn't for the accident, Serubiri would be at least in Senior 1 today. Instead, he is still in Primary 5, struggling with school fees, and his family struggles to meet his medical needs.
Even after being discharged from the hospital, he hasn't fully recovered. He is still sick and requires ongoing treatment, which is expensive for us.
In 2017, his family sued UMEME. After more than 4 years in court, the judgment came in their favor in 2023. The court ordered UMEME to pay 500 million shillings in general damages plus interest of 15% until the full amount is paid, among others.
When we approached UMEME through our lawyers, they didn't give us any clear response. Instead, they keep making us go in circles. All we want is for them to fulfill what the court decided.
This matter has been with us and with our insurance, and so we have been following up to ensure that it's expedited. But again, we got to know that there was another matter filed in the Court of Appeal, and also another one again in the Constitutional Court by the representatives of Serubiri. So it is a matter that is ongoing before court.
But the question is, what alternatives, what solutions does this miner have? Because according to the current state or status, this miner needs further medical treatment for purposes of having a better life. I would advise the family of this miner, Angelo, to run back to Court of Appeal to ask for the payment of security deposit before the final judgment comes out.
Yet, to this day, the family has not received a single shilling. With UMEME now exiting electricity distribution, they fear they may never see the compensation they fought so hard for.
There shouldn't be any worries because UMEME has been here for the last 20 years and is actually not living as a company. We will only be handing over the distribution network to government of Uganda.